Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I have a really exciting reveal to share with you. I have made my second purchase off FASHIONPHILE. It came really quickly because it shipped from the New York Chelsea store. This is a FENDI 2017 runway piece. So I recently joined Pinterest. I can't believe it took me this long, but I was browsing through a bunch of old FENDI runway photos and going through FASHIONPHILE, comparing things. This all started when I got my FENDI, I think, what was that, like 2015 or 2018, but the velvet baguette that I recently showed, I love that. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the FFs used to be like FENDI Fun or something with fun. I don't know what they are now. FENDI Forever, maybe? But I frankly miss FENDI Fun. The little monsters, the weird textures, I miss all of that. And I have been thinking about this one piece for a while. It's been on my FASHIONPHILE wish list since I got the velvet one. I was going through every single FENDI piece, and without any ceremony, I ended up getting this adorable, teeny little FENDI crossbody bag. It has leather fringe. It has mink stripes with tiny little fringe, and oh gosh, it's so cute. I do still have the tag on it, but I'm gonna cut that off shortly. This was, I think, 30% off, and then they gave the additional 10% off. That might still be going on if I'm not mistaken, maybe a few more days or until March 31st. So it has this silver chain, a leather strap, which can come off. I might look into getting other straps for it, I'm not really sure. I am so excited for this piece. I've been thinking about it for a while. I thought perhaps if they do an additional discount, I'll get it, because I realize it's a little bit weird, it's a little bit extravagant, but I just think it is adorable, especially against red coats or just, I don't know, just kind of simple pared down casual outfits. I don't think I'd wear this with a fancy dress or anything like that, because I just like it to be a bit more laid back. I like the silver hardware for that reason. I don't have much silver hardware in my collection. Now, something I do want to say about FASHIONPHILE, because if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I've been a little anxious to shop secondhand online when spending like this amount of money. It made me kind of nervous, but I was able to return the blue velvet baguette without any issues. The one thing I have noticed consistently with FASHIONPHILE, with all the pieces I've kept, now I mean this only being the second one, but with both of those pieces, there has been something undeclared in the listing, some kind of negative that FASHIONPHILE didn't include in the page. So it was a surprise to me when I got it. With the velvet baguette, it had a really strong cigarette smell. Fortunately, I was able to just keep it in front of a window. I had lots of cool air blowing on it, and it has lightened up a lot. It was only noticeable when I got into a car being in a closed space. It was really overwhelming and it gave me a headache. Fortunately, with just airing out, it's really eased up. Like, you have to stick your nose in it and like, I don't know what I'm doing, but you have to really get your nose in there to still notice it. I'm sure if I continue to air it out, it'll just get better and better. Probably won't ever go away entirely, but it's now at the point that I don't notice it in a closed space, I don't notice it in the car, so it's not really a problem for me. This little red guy, now this was listed as excellent condition, same as the velvet baguette. However, it did have pretty significant tarnishing just on one side of the buckle. Why one side? I have no idea, but it was only on one side. And I was able to get off a good amount of it, but this was nowhere declared in the listing. There were no close-up pictures. I've noticed from other FASHIONPHILE listings, if there's been significant tarnishing, they will show a close-up, which is good. But you know, they showed the corners, they showed other parts. It said there was light scratching on the hardware, so I don't know, maybe they just missed it given it's only on one side of the buckle, but it was pretty bad. I was able to get off a good amount of it. It's still there, but with it being such a teeny tiny detail and with it being such a good price, I don't mind. I'm glad that I could have returned it without any issue if I did care. I think when this was shown on the runway, it was looped around another bag, so I knew it would be quite small. The measurements might not have been quite right. It was saying that it was going to be 6 inches across. I'll have to confirm that still, because my phone cannot fit in this, and my phone is under 6 inches, so it was a little bit smaller than I was expecting. I'm not unhappy with it at all, though. I mean, with it being such a fun, extravagant bag. I kind of like that it's on the smaller side. It makes it a little bit cooler in my mind. The inside looks great. It does have stickers on it. You know what? I'm going to take those off right now because obviously I'm keeping it, so I don't have to return it in any particular condition. I don't like that stickers are still on these things and they're clinging to some of the little screws right there, but I will deal with that later before I get sidetracked and start making all these funny faces trying to get the stickers off. Fortunately, none of the other hardware has issues. I think it's better just to take those stickers off as soon as possible so that the glue doesn't oxidize and mess with the hardware. So here we go. Let me give you a close-up shot. How fuzzy and cute is this? I love it. This little bag does have a divider inside it, so it has 2 compartments. Totally unnecessary given how tiny it is, but you know, whatever, it's a nice detail. It also has 2 card slots that I won't be using. Really, this shouldn't have a divider. It makes it significantly smaller and it doesn't need it for structure, so whatever, it's there. I can easily put a card holder, lipstick, and keys in this, and that is it. My phone will be in my pocket, which it normally is anyway, but yeah, I couldn't wait to share this with you. It's so, so cute. In fact, you know, let's take this tag off together. Keeping all the fringe, trying to make sure it's clear of all the fringe. Snip, there we go. FASHIONPHILE, done. This is mine. I can't remember if I've said how much I paid for it already, but it was reduced 30% on FASHIONPHILE. I got the extra 10% off, so I think this was around $1,100 after tax, but I'll have that listed in the description box. If you are looking for something like this, you can definitely go to Pinterest or on other sites and put in FENDI 2017, I think this was from the fall collection, FENDI Fringe, FENDI Mink, micro bags. Those were the kind of things I searched for. I miss this kind of Fendi. It's weird, it's spontaneous. It has this nonchalance that I miss that frivolity. I don't know, that lack of seriousness in fashion. I can't stop brushing through this. Ben thought this was the weirdest bag and I can't stop touching it. I just keep stroking it. When I store it, I am keeping it flat. I'm probably gonna start taking the chain off of it to store it. Now this clearly will not get used a lot. That's clear, right? I don't use my micro bags every day. I sometimes don't even use them every single week, but I do work from home. We're gonna be moving soon. I don't know if I've said that, but we're gonna be moving into a city and I think I'll have a lot more opportunities to wear my bags just with quick runs out, meeting up with friends. We do live kind of far from most of our friends and family, so you know, hopefully we'll have more social engagements in the future and I can wear my weird pieces like this. And I want to be really clear about something. When I say words like odd or weird, I don't mean it as a bad thing. There's no negative connotation there. I'm a little weird, I'm a little odd, and I like getting to show that through my fashion choices. I'm also a little bit shy. I don't mind meeting new people or social things. I like to sometimes let my clothes do a little bit more talking for me, and this is so me. I think the fringe is so cute and different, and it can kind of flow with the coat, so it doesn't have to be this standout piece. I also really like that it's a darker red than I was expecting. Red is so hard to just know what it's gonna be like when looking at it on a computer screen. And I looked at it on multiple screens, my phone, Ben's computer, my desktop, just to get an idea, and you know what, none of them were quite this. Like, it couldn't quite capture that red. It depends what settings the monitor is on, how bright it is. So, you know, ultimately, I'm so happy. I like that it's a little bit darker. It's kind of more muted. It just makes this, gosh, can I say subdued? I don't know. I like that it's not just like this bright, like fire engine red. I forgot to say, this did come with the Fendi dust bag and the FASHIONPHILE dust bag, but I'm not going to use them. I'm just going to have it laying flat in my Billy bookcase. The glass doors keep off the dust, and I don't want to shove this into a dust bag. I won't know if the fringe is getting messed up or the mink if it's getting squashed. It feels like it has this like little hairdo that I have to maintain. I do also want to say that I don't mind this having mink on it because I got it secondhand. I've never had to think about that kind of thing. I've never been tempted to buy a mink bag new, but with it being secondhand, I personally don't mind. ultimately I'm really happy with my Fashionphile experience, even with those undeclared cons because the return was so seamless. And I know they have this new policy about like if you return, what is it, like over 50% of your bags, or I would check their website because I can't remember it off the top of my head, but they did adjust things so the returns aren't as easy as they were. But I think if you showed them, hey, this was undeclared in the listing, this is a problem for me, I wouldn't have bought it, I don't think that that would count against you as a customer, but that's something to confirm with them. Ultimately, it's been easy for me to decide, okay, given this con, given this new information, am I still happy with the price? And I'm very happy with the things that I've been able to get there. This is my favorite time from Fendi, like 2010 to 2018, and I couldn't get the pieces at the time. I started buying like right afterwards, so I'm so glad that I can get them from Fashionphile and that people have kept them in very good condition for me. So thank you to everyone who bought Fendi bags at that time. I really, really appreciate it. Anyway, I'm sure there'll be more and more purchases coming up. But thank you so much for listening to me babble on. That was all I had to share with you. I'm sure there'll be outfits on Instagram. I'll be posting more about it, but I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Hi, you little fuzz bucket. Well, not an unboxing. I've already unboxed it. Who are we kidding? There we go. I need to take tweezers or something because there's just teeny tiny okay.